On Sunday, I raced the Chicago Marathon, and it did not go well. Here's a look at the journey starting the day before the race. Alright, I'm out here doing an easy 3-4 miles and some strides. Feeling super good today. It's been a while since I've tapered, and I kind of forgot like what that feels like to be that fresh. It's kind of weird. I don't like it, but it also makes me feel excited because I'm ready to go. Got packet pickup later today, but other than that, I'm just trying to be off my feet and relaxed as much as possible. Get ready to lock in. Okay, shakeout's done. Gonna make some chocolate milk. I don't like to really change up anything that I eat before a race, so I pretty much just stick with what I would normally do on any other day, and that way I'm not throwing anything off for the race. Chefing on some bacon, eggs, and toast for lunch. I followed that up with some leftover pasta before leaving for the expo. Hit the road for the city and got to the expo at about 3 p.m. I've heard a lot of people talk about various times of the expo being less busy or more busy. 3 p.m. on Saturday wasn't too bad. After the expo, we got all checked into the hotel. Made it to the hotel. Packet's successfully been picked up. My parents just ran out to pick us up some pizza for dinner, and I'm just trying to stay off my feet the rest of the day. I woke up at 4:30 a.m. and had a bowl of oatmeal, some black coffee, some beet juice, and some graham crackers. I left the hotel around 6 and jogged to the start line, which was about a mile from the hotel. Security wasn't bad at 6:15, but I've heard it gets a lot worse closer to the race, so I would definitely get there early. At 7:35, the gun went off and we were underway. Rolled through the 5K, feeling not as good as I hoped, honestly. I mean, I've done a lot of workouts at that pace, and it feels way more sustainable in workouts. During the race, I was just overwhelmed almost.
Let's go, Alex!
I tried to take my first gel a little bit later, and as soon as I took it in, it came right back up. I spent a little while vomiting, and it was really frustrating to be throwing up like 6 miles into the race. I hate making excuses and whining about things because sometimes you just throw up during a race and it is what it is, and I don't want to say that I didn't run well because of that, because I've thrown up in plenty of other races. If you go watch my Desert Rats 100K video, puked my guts out 9 miles into that race. So I spent about a mile running and puking until the nauseous feeling in my stomach finally went away. At that point, I still felt good aside from my stomach. The toll of the miles hadn't caught up with me yet. But pretty soon things got really hard, and I could just not pull it out of myself for the life of me to run any faster than what I was running. Watching my hopes for the race slip through my fingers in the last half was really painful. Every time I tried to will myself to go faster, I just couldn't do it. And it was such a painful and sad experience. The back half of the race was just slow and painful, and I finally finished with an official time of 2:37. I mean, what could I even say? That was brutal. Not the day I wanted, so I'll have more to say later. So it's been a day, and I still don't really have the words to express how I feel about that race. Sometimes bad races just happen, and it sucks when it's at the one that you had put everything into. I really went into this race feeling the fittest I've ever felt, and I felt super fresh. I don't feel like anything went wrong leading up to it. I wasn't sick. There was no injuries. I just didn't have it after the half mark. I mean, I got slower and slower as the race went on. It didn't help that I didn't have anything in my stomach because I took my first gel besides the one that I threw up around mile 15. When you go in saying that you want to run a 220 and then you run a 237, that's pretty demoralizing. I was so emotionally invested in this race. Like, it's a lucky spot to be in where your biggest problem in life is not running well at a race. And I acknowledge that, but it still hurts to not run close to what I thought I was capable of running. So from mile 16 onward, I was just in a sufferfest. I took another gel around mile 20, I think. So I really consumed 2 gels over the course of that marathon. Throughout the day, my goal kept changing. You know, I came through the 5K where I wanted to be, and I said, great, I'm on pace for 220. I'm on pace to break 220 if I can just hold that effort. Then I come through the 15K feeling pretty rough. Had vomited already. I say, okay, 225 is probably doable now. I can just even split the rest of the race. It'll be easier than the 520s I had planned. You know, it might even be easy to run a 225. Then I come through the half and I'm like, let's just break 230, man. Let's see if we can do 230. Then I started saying, what if I can just PR? What if I can run faster than 232, faster than my Salt Lake time? Which is kind of sad because Chicago is a lot easier than Salt Lake. Then it literally just became finish the thing. Like, I mean, I don't want to say I stopped caring, but it kind of felt like I just stopped caring and I was like, let's just jog it in at 6:30s because I'm suffering and there's really not much I can salvage anymore. And it sucks to hit that point in a race where I don't want to say you don't care, but you're just getting through it. I think I really need to go into races with a much lighter caloric load on my stomach because clearly it's caused trouble in the last 2. But again, I don't think that me throwing up is the cause of such a poor performance. Like, yes, I would have performed a lot better in the later miles if I had been able to consume calories, but I still feel like I should have been able to be running sub 6 miles that late into the race. All right, that's enough of the wine session. What was really cool about Chicago is literally the entire course was lined with spectators. And there were so many people from so many different stages of my life that I got to see throughout that race. Like people from high school, people from college, people that I know now. It was awesome to just like hear my name from friends and seeing familiar faces every couple miles. It really helped. To all of the people that were out there, like, I appreciate you guys. My time is my time. 2:37 on the day. Obviously really sad about it, and I think it's gonna take some time before I'm not sad about that anymore. But like I said, it's lucky that that's, you know, a problem that I have. I really don't want to come across like I'm not grateful for the position I'm in life, and I don't want to come across like I'm whining about this incredible experience that I got to have, surrounded by people that are equally invested in the sport. And, you know, with my family, like my parents were out there cheering for me, and they really gave their whole weekend for, you know, to come watch me race, which is super sweet of them. It's time for me to take a little break from running, maybe a week off, probably do some hiking during that week. And then the next thing on my calendar is the Black Canyon 100K on February 14th.